calling you a radical. You say you don't want me. You say you don't care. You say that your fucking heart ain't got no room for me there. It's all a fucking lie. It's all a fucking lie. Ode to Helen Caldecott. Ode to Chris Busby. Ode to Jay Bucket. Fuck. Ken Buesler. Ode to all the nuclear fucking prostitutes. Sellout fucking whores. Ode to all the fucking academia professors. Ode to Fox News. Ode to Anderson Vanderbilt Cooper. Ode to Sanjay Gupta. Ode to all the marine biology departments up and down the fucking Pacific coast. Ode to the NSA. Ode to the CIA. Ode to Barack Obama. Ode to Gina McCarthy. Ode to Lisa Jackson. Ode to Donald J. Trump. Ode to Abe. Tomato. Ode to Snowden. Ode to Lindsay Mills. Ode to everybody who went along with the Fukushima. You say you don't care. I know it's a fucking lie. You say you don't want me. You say you don't care. You say that your fucking heart ain't got no room for Kevin Blanch's work. There's no room for it there. Ode to the fucking lawyers from General Ode to Jeffrey Mell. You say you don't care. Your heart, it's got no fucking room for the truth. It's not there. Ode to Chris Busby. So, I'm in the bone marrow transplant center dying of ALMA leukemia. Just think about that component of it. Somebody says, oh, your intimacy of this thing. Kevin Blanch's story is the story of Fukushima. I never wanted to change around the fucking edges. Never. Literature changes around the edges. Everybody says, write books, write books. I've been heard that since I was a kid. That's all I've ever heard. Literature changes around the edges. Not me. At the heart. At the core. I remember at the university, some wannabe fucking fools up there having an argument with me about the visual genre, about the art of communication. Biologist, the finance, the artist Blanch. We had this argument. I said, it has to be visual. The fucking cognitive fucking retention, it's the eye. The written word, it is what it is. But when people read a book, they romance it what they want to romance it, and they process it very differently. It's the eye. It has to be on location. It has to be as it happened. It has to be on the sea. Fucking we from the sea. Long before Fukushima happened, my anti-nuclear movement, I says, we have to move as environmentalists. We have to move as artists, as educators, as all of it. Can't be around the fucking edges. We can't just write books. They're going to burn. It has to be cognitive. It has to have recall. Thus, the flipping the soup can. It has to be show up. You have to find me. It has to be in the sidebar. I'll never forget it. We're arguing about using the word fuck. You know, the 7 words you can't say. George Carlin on Balco. Love that dude. Fucking the greatest. And I says, look, I believe in this. I learned this from Jon Stewart interviewing Liz Warren. It's back when I had a TV before I got so pissed. I got rid of my TV, cut my cable when Sanjay Gupta, MD, 2 weeks after he came home from Fukushima, did that fucking incredible. I was so freaked out. I'll never forget it. This fucking artist from Michigan. Hey! You're giving yourself away. You gave yourselves away right here on YouTube. You gave yourselves away. I'm Dutch Sense. It's all a fucking fake. You know, propped up fucking YouTube sites. I'm Alex Jones. Hey! It's written on the fucking fake tears on your face. You gave yourself away. We see the part that you fucking played, Caldecott. We see the part that you fucking played, Busby. We see the part that you played, fucking Maggie and Arnie Gundershill. We saw the part that you fucking played, Ken Bucket Fuck Buesler. Hey! It's written on the fake tears on your face. I see through the part that you played. You say that you don't want me. You say you don't care. You say your heart's got no room for Kevin Blanch's historic fucking work. There's nothing there. It's all a fucking lie in the middle of the fucking night. You can't live without my work. Fucking the sea, she, we, the ecology. You have to have retention. You have to have retention. Thus the intensity. Think about this. I argued with this professor and I says, I can use the word fuck and I learned this from Liz Warren, who I love. I stood on the stage with Liz Warren many years ago at the New Skill. Did this fucking presentation on nuclearism, on finance. In my activism days in the 2000s, when I was involved with the organization of fucking Anonymous, and it wasn't started on Scientology. Anonymous ain't so anonymous. Hey! You're giving yourself away! I see through every one of you motherfuckers. Scientists are mystified, they're baffled, they're puzzled, they're stumped, they're perplexed, they're bewildered, they're curious. You saw your YouTube seats starting to fall. What's his name? He made up the grossest lies. What's his? He's got a huge Coverup, not Steven, the other one. I used to really like that guy. He took on Fukushima and he told everybody, he did a video, everything. Kevin Blanch got all violent and crazy and attacked me at fucking the Million Mass March. He's there. I says, you're full of fucking shit. I don't attack people. I never attacked anyone. What was a girl that supposedly, girl that I know? Who the fuck are you talking about? I'm not responsible. I didn't do shit. What are you talking about? And he just made it up. Just like Dutch Sense made it up. You know, remember when Dutch Sense had that fake fucking stuff and that Connecting the Dots had the fake stuff and all those. Remember the fucking tee up in fucking Canada when they teed me up? Fuck, what a setup. Get up there, they have an energy slip. What a setup. Hey! I see the part that you played. That's what you all were. They have all the money, Price Anderson, that's why. And everybody goes along. Money over life. Money over integrity. Fucking politicians. Well, we know they're sellout fucking whores by fucking narcissistic by nature. So I told the professor, I says, no, she said that the United States Supreme Court, the illegitimate Supreme Court, the hijacked Supreme Court, had ruled, this is in 2009, 10-ish, you know, and I went crazy on BP. I mean, BP Earthwatch, fuck, remember him? And they went all evangelical because they saw it increased YouTube sites and they had AdSense accounts. I don't blame them. You know, Lisa Haven, BP Earthwatch, all these guys went evangelical because there's money there. Ask Joel Osteen, Jesus died so I could be rich. The fake fucking preachers that's always been fucking TV evangelicalism turned into YouTube. How'd they do it? One by Jester and two by cable TV. Hey! You're giving, it's written in the tears. Guys, you aired your fucking whoredom in public. They ruled that it's literature copyright, not the 10 words, not the airways. I'm like, oh, my light went on. I says, fuck, I've fucking done enough reading in my life. Growing up in Ogden, Utah, Fama K. Brody, Bernard DeVoto, Richard Scowcroft in this literature fucking giant place. May Blanch, I mean, hey, write a book. I says, no, I'm going to be the book. I am the book. If we're going to change, it has to be fundamental. It has to be fucking grassroots. It has to be at the cognitive fucking recall fucking thing. We have to create an army. We have to fucking do it visually. We have to fucking do this fucking so concrete, fucking not abstract. This has to be so hardcore, penetrate into the subconscious in a real fucking way. I can say fuck. So we go out by the pond, me and there's two professors, wannabes, you know, and I'm working on my PhD at the time. Still am. Fuck, what a long fucking journey. I could say fuck. And this was before anybody was really saying fuck on YouTube. And Liz Warren turned me on. I'm like, well, if that's the case, you know, what's written into literature and books, I can say fuck. So I says, I'm going to try to say fuck as much as I can. There was a professor at Berkeley Finance, remember when I shorted silver? When it was right at 49 the other day. I shorted gold at 19 right to the day. I bought Tesla at 30. I bought Apple fucking derivative at fucking... It's 100 times since I bought that. Everybody was going to go in with me, but what happened to you, Kevin? I did all that. I turned $3,000 into $800,000 right here on YouTube. Nobody really paying attention. Everybody's silver. I'm like, abstract. And so I went out by the pond and I, you know, because I was so pissed at Obama over BP. And I did that fuck, and I tried to say fuck as many times as I can. So this professor comes to me, I'm saying fuck in my finance videos in the classroom. And he's like, my students in the dorm over there at Berkeley have a game. They're, you know, you got to drink, guessing how many times Kevin Blanch says fuck. I said, well, none of them are going to graduate on these next few videos. I can tell you there. Tell them not to back off. They'll drive alcohol poisoning the way I'm going to go fucking crazy. There used to be a guy keeping track on score, and I says, God, you only said it 200. I says, good. Here, next video, this is for you. I'll break my fucking record. So it was to prove a point. And fuck BP, I tried to say fuck as much as I could, blah, 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 blah. Put it up. The thing had 110,000 fucking views. I Googled BP disaster, it was right at the top. I'm like, whoa. Hello. And these other professors, you can't do that. Yes, I can. This is the United States. Fucking, I can say this. So I used to teach this class, vertical fuck versus literal fuck. You can't say attack a person. You know, you can say, hey, all these fucking nuclear whores and prostitutes need to be rounded up. You can say that. It's legal. You can't attack a person and say, oh, but, you know, you can attack them. Just like a president, you say, that no good piece of fucking dog shit Trump. That no good piece of fucking dog shit fucking lying fuck Obama. Totally legal. Fuck, it's called fucking literal speech versus figurative speech. Figurative speech is totally... They ruled that this is literature, it's the copyright, and on a YouTube video mirrors digital copyright. So I dig into digital copyright. There's Misty, who works at the library, who's, by the way, Shoshone. She's a copyright genius, and I knew that, and I ran up, me and her talked. She says, no, Kevin, you're right. You're all over this. So... it's digital copyright mirrors fucking literature copyright. Music copyright's what? Some ungodly, weird 26.3864 fuck things, and then they steal it. Ask Michael Jackson. Oh, he's poor. He just owns the Beatles catalog. He stuck it to Sir Paul, didn't he? So what did they do? They kill him. You know, ask Prince. Fucking, what do you think he changed his name? So I went on this fuck hunt. Had 110,000 views like that, and these guys are like, whoa, they're going to take it. No, they can't take it down. By law, but of course, Patriot, they do whatever they want. Then they learn to kettle. But anyway, so they're like, whoa. Then next thing you know, I go back the next day and it's got 10,000 views. I'm like, what? So this kept going on in my videos, Fukushima. I'm like, I go crazy. I had that first video I did the morning of, they're lying, everything I said for Hamlet crashed. And I'm like, that video had 127,000 views when I went to bed. I got up the next day, it had fucking 12,000. You know, I'm like, what the fuck? Google come to me years later and says, well, we took a lot away of your views. We took away abstract view count. So I dug into Google what their abstract view count said. That's a view that was viewed on Facebook. That's a view that was viewed on a foreign newspaper, tagged into a website. And that's back how it used to work in these days. It wasn't just cable TV. YouTube was not, remember, you had to do that script on the side and it had that beautiful girl with the helmet, that painting. I loved YouTube then. It was so organic and so grassroots, and it was effective as fuck. It was a fair playing field. Google used to call it the great equalizer. So for years, you think about this. Kevin Blanch, the artist. I'll tell you how effective I was. Flipping the soup can, fucking around and carrying on. Used to Google because I knew the search engine was based on retention, not view count. The average YouTube video fucking I had read was watched 13 seconds. Click, click, you know, the cat video, blah, 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 blah. But I knew if you're going to hold on to this retention, you had to be intense and radical. Remember when the camera started clicking? I'm like, God, how beautiful. And so much organically come out of it. It was such amazing. 19 of 20 on the sidebar. I'm competing with CNN, BBC, fucking all these big giant conglomerates, billionaires, and I'm competing and I'm winning. Who can do that? Salmon collabs. All this major subject matter that nothing else matters. You know, so I'll never forget, I go to the symposium in 2015. McCormick was with me, Ackerman, the whole post-ignorance army who all quit me, the artists the weaklings. You can't say that. But anyway, I love all those guys, but whatever. But what great artists, the whole crew. Amazing artists. But anyway, Helen Caldecott. I remember I walked right up and these guys are all, there's Noam. I sat with Noam Chomsky, a lot of it. Me and him had a lot of fucking talks. I sat with Dr. Perry. Helen told everybody and threatened everybody they couldn't use the Fukushima word in her symposium. So I was right, Helen. I had a nice conversation with her. She's like all standoffish. Helen Caldecott's own ex-husband emailed me one day. The power of the emails that I've gotten, you wouldn't believe the people that have emailed me. Before the station, I used to get thousands of emails. I'm trying to police, the trolls, the rats, but the good. Helen Caldecott's husband, ex-husband. She's a second-hand movie star. She knows nothing about nuclearism. She told me, and I says, really? We can't talk about Fukushima at your anti-nuclear symposium. I'm a butcher. What's a cow? I'm big. It scares my investors. Greenpeace, it scares my investors. The dog. Here you go. Hey, Greenpeace Sierra Club. I see through the part that you played. I said it for years. Play back the tape, Your Honor. I know there's a lot of content out there, but if you Google FBI, CIA, all these fucking criminal investigations, they're going to Google. I talked to a fucking, the EPA, she says, every time I Google something on investigation, it's you. You tagged them beautifully. You got them in there. She says, I got to tell you, it's incredible. You know, I got over the fuck thing. And I said, well, don't you understand? I had to do that to hold. Yes, I get it. I get it. Now, they've kettled us. 3 years ago, they kettled. 3 years ago. That's when they fucking changed net neutrality. And it kills me. Trump says, oh, I understand. They call that fucking shadow ban. When Trump's the guy that gave him the power to shadow ban. He's so fucking ignorant, stupid. Obama, dumber. Bush, dumb. Obama, dumber. And dumbest. I fucking had an email, and the guy met me in San Diego and talked like this, which has happened to me so many times. People come on, powerful people. You wouldn't believe the emails like the hundreds and thousands of emails like when the Prime Minister of Japan walks up to you and says, Kevin Blanch. He walked right up to me, started to cry. Told me thank you. You know, there's a lot of Japanese Americans that were trapped in there that, you know, and a lot of these Rocha Godoya, their children are half Japanese. They were, well, born in Japan. They fled back home to San Diego. You'd believe how many women from San Diego, because of the Navy, because of the USA thing, ended up in Japan, in Okinawa. I mean, people don't realize how big that is. And they ended up, their daughters, you know, grew up there 15, 16, 17, 18. If they didn't get raped by American GIs in Okinawa, that's a big thing. They ended up, a lot of men ended up married to Japanese men. Built families over there. Lived there, loved it there. Learned to love the Japanese. Had children there, including Kathy Iwani, who is so paramount on the shutdown of Senate office. She said, I learned everything from you, Kevin. Rachel Godoy, go ask her. I learned everything from you, Kevin. They had to flee. They had to give up their home. Rachel says we had a house that was paid for. The family, I loved it there. My children loved it. We had to flee. Because of fucking the radiation, the fucking cover-up, you know, the whole thing, we had to come, and we learned everything from you and Kevin. Then I went and did my own independent testing, and you were right. They were lying. I fucking went, and I wasn't going to just listen to you. I went out and did the work approved. Class dismissed. Hey, you're giving yourself away. I said for years, let them just post their shit on YouTube. Don't take it down. Let them post their fucking criminal acts against Kevin Blanch. I hope you're all happy. Anderson, Vanderbilt, Cooper, who was at Fukushima, Japan. Sanjay Gupta were there. I'm watching fucking CNN every day. Fucking they're going crazy because they're boots on the ground. They're there. Adam Walsh, MIT, he doesn't know anything. He's a propagandist. Then he ends up in China. They're like, should we flee? Should we flee? Should we flee? Nuclear fall. Fucking, are these meltdowns? They're saying, no. It's just Arnie Gunderson was in my fucking site day one. When I put up that first video, he says, no, it's just a hydrogen blast. I said, bullshit, Arnie. You're a fucking liar. And it ties, it's so paramount because I'm paramount with Hill of Utah. Hill of Utah was started on an anti-nuclear movement. We had a lawsuit, Blue Castle. They brought in fucking Arnie Gunderson. I told you just lost, Matt. I'll guarantee you. He says, I didn't know. The New York Times tricked me. He says, I know now. He got threatened so much. I love that fucking guy. Matt, fucking, he was the shit. So was Ashley, Sierra Club. We had a group that were taking them on here in Utah, but they got threatened. They have children. They got threatened by the nuclear energy, by politicians. So did I. My own county commission, my own neighbor, threatening me. I'm like, fuck you. While I'm in critical condition, the attacks, if you only knew the slander, I'm in a bone marrow transplant. Chris Busby's attacking me himself. I mean, viciously. My uncle, who's a fighter pilot, the old timer says, I'll fly. I said, fucking let him brand himself in history. Let them all brand themselves. Let them make their videos. Let them fucking do their thing. Let them brand their fucking, hey, you're giving yourself away on YouTube. We see the part that you played. I'm like, let them do it. Just let them do it. Let history fucking shake it out. Oh, it's going to shake it. It already has. You say you don't want me. You say you don't care. You say your heart ain't got no room for me there. I know it's all a fucking lie. My work is the most historic PhD in fucking human history. Fucking bar none. While full of cancer. Just the fact that I get cancer at the time I did. Oh, he's faking his cancer with a central line hanging out. With my chest split open. In a bone marrow transplant. Go talk to Fimbo Peterson. Go talk to Vince, two of the most powerful fucking oncologists on earth. Go talk to him about Kevin Blanch. Go up to East State to the top. After COVID's over, go in there and just say, hey, can we talk to you about Kevin? They'll say, oh, yeah, that dude, whoa. ML de novo, OS non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's a death sentence. Nobody survives that disease, especially at my age. Without a bone marrow. Too sick for a bone marrow. Remember when I had to pray? That's the thing that pisses me off about the kettling. You know how many people fighting for their lives with AML leukemia watching my videos? You know how many the people that, I mean, I remember when Pamela Anderson fucking emailed me and did the video about when she went over to cheer up fucking Julian. I says, well, I'm all happy about that, but she's a little fucking old for my blood. I bet you wouldn't say no, Kevin. Hey! You know, so I remember being on the beach and one of the guys in the transition team called me on a block number. He says, are you at Tourmaline? Yeah, you know where I'm at. I'm posting videos. So am I. Where you at? I start waving my arms. Oh, I see you. He comes over. Can I talk to you? Of course. I'll talk to anyone. I remember the Ethereum Elizabeth Holmes, what's his name's grandson, Schultz's grandson's friend came and talked to me. You know, she's having my baby. What a lovely way of getting out of a prison sentence. Murder, fucking blood test murder. Can I talk to you, Kev? Yeah, sure. I remember the MIT biologist drove all the way, went and picked up my phone that I left at the airport they found in San Francisco when I fucking did all that dirty work for the HBO documentary, and they didn't pay me. And they promised me all kinds of shit. That's what people do. They just use me up. That's okay. They knew I was vulnerable. The MIT, the professor, you did the video about the professor, and she saw it, whatever, and we're in that program, and you're right, she's a liar. They're both PhDs. We dropped out of the program, went to a different program because she was just protecting the nuclear industry, just like, she's seen it, was all pissed off. I says, well, there you go. Kevin, you know that the transition between Obama and Trump, you reported, if I saw your videos, the first one there, you were there at the White House that night. You were there, you took the bus in the middle of the night. You were at Trump Towers, and B's the first one with the call. First one at Mar-a-Lago. I was on that team. The whole gig was the cover-up of Fukushima. Fucking the Japanese and Abby was fucking worried sick that Trump, because he rents the countercultures. I asked Trump to his face about Fukushima. You're going to talk about, oh yeah. He says, I was in Mar-a-Lago with the windows. I was there. And he says, you're right. We were worried sick. I was on the international transition team. I'm Japanese. I live in San Diego now. I feel like I got the fuck out. You know? He says we were worried sick, and he says it was so easy for Trump. We thought we were going to have a problem with Trump. We thought he was going to talk. He really didn't even understand the Fukushima dynamic. He just, and then we just basically told him it's classified. You can't talk about it. We'll prop up the nuke. And he says, oh, I'm pro-nuclear, the mob, status King Cuomo. And that's what it was all about. He says, you're all over this, dude. They know you're all over it. And I says, is it true? I've been told by multiple people that I'm classified. Yeah. Kevin Blanch. Think about it. John Huntsman, billionaire. Who I went to college with for a while. Chemical billionaire. To Kevin Blanch, it's online. Mitt Romney, online. All these asking Trump, online. That was on television. Kevin, come back. Well, I'm just a wiped out fucking poor dude. I had money with a YouTube camera fighting for my life with cancer. As soon as he's like, oh, because his dad died of the billionaire. His grandmother died of it. His, I believe his sister committed suicide. I had hope for him, but we got an ignorant fucking governor that got 34%, and I have hope for Spencer. I've talked to him. All I have is a YouTube camera with no money, a YouTube site. Well, that's significant, Kevin. It's pretty amazing. And I says, yeah, you're a billionaire. You were in Japan, I was in China when Fukushima happened. I know about it. Well, what about the SMRs that blew up on the White House? Yeah, I collected the data. Well, why aren't you screaming about it? Hey, you're giving yourself away. They're from San Diego. I knew Robin Crosby, Bird Rock. I lived right there. I used to go back and forth from my whole life. Just to PB on Allison Street. I grew up there, here and there. My grandparents' fucking home there on Hunsaker Avenue. I knew Robin Crosby, fucking Bird Rock, my age, you know. He was fantastic, dude. By the way, you know, they're San Diegans. I always loved those guys. Fucking always loved fucking Rat. Versus, I fucking still love him. He's dead, by the way. He got a crazy fucking disease. Very sad what happened to him. Always loved those guys. I still do. You know, Steven fucking, I think he's up on the hill. He's still around. We love that fucking dude, you know. Grassroots fucking San Diegans. Ain't many of those, right? Hey! You say you don't want me. You say you don't care. You say your heart ain't got no room for me there. I know it's all just a fucking lie. In the middle of the night. Hey! You gave yourself away on YouTube, Caldecott. You know, and I used to love Helen fucking in the day or work, but Fukushima, she showed. Busby always knew he worked for the nuclear nursery. Fucking anybody in my class, I used to say, if anybody says the solution to pollution is dilution about radio fallout is a fraud. It doesn't fucking dilute, it grows. I knew what this was. I reported this fucking in accurate detail every day for 10 years. What did I get for it? I got a $1.8 million fucking bill. I got kicked off Medicaid by Mike Lee. How about the video with me and Mike Lee? Well, I just found out Kevin, my dad's branded his ignorance in fucking public for time and all eternity. A lot of this. Boots on the ground. Fucking world's run by those who show up. I heard that from some chick from fucking Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. I heard that from some chick from Colorado who drove all the way down to fucking see me. Fucking everybody who's tried and come and help me out, you know, they won't go on camera, but there's been hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of whistleblowers and people standing right there. They'll hold the camera, they won't go on camera, you know, including the spent fuel pool welder in Japan, including NATO Con, including, I mean, I go on and on and on and on and on and on. It's written in the tiz on your face. Right on YouTube, we saw the part that you played. Dutch Sense, what a fraud. It's a fucking all, I mean, and their YouTube sites go to the moon. Hey! We see it in your face on your YouTube site. You're branded in time and all, you can't take it back. And they could crash our sites, they could take them down. You're not going to put the Kevin Blanch toothpaste back in the fucking tube now. It's too late. Fucking tens of millions of you. I used to get letters from all over the world. My uncle, the neurosurgeon, he was an asshole, by the way. He's a great asshole, though. Cheap fucker. Typical cheap fucking Mormon. He's in China. Famous neurosurgeon. Blanch. He says a guy stood up this way back in the day. Are you related to Kevin Blanch, the anti-nuclear activist? Yeah. He said 200 people stood up and fucking cheered and gave you a standing ovation. I'm in Bath, Austria. Standing ovation in the theater. Bottle of fucking wine. That was then. I see through the part that you played. I hope you're all happy. I hope Anderson, Vanderbilt, Sanchez, Gupta practicing MD. Oh, radiation's good from you. Everybody that's played along, the half-truths of fucking Frontline, the NSAs, everybody that's known, Obama, you know, Howard Jeffrey Amell, Lisa Jackson. How about Gina McCarthy, the czar, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Scotty Pruitt, David Vitter, Barbara Boxer's office, she tried, they pushed her out. Allison McFarland, Kathleen, the NRC, all of them, everybody that went along. Hey, I saw the part that you played. You've been branded in history by Kevin Blanch. I knew I've been doing the whole time, the cognitive. I never wanted to be literature around. And by the way, I knew Fawn McKay Brody personally. She was not just a book writer, the greatest historian. I wish I would have been able to admit Devard Devoto that he grew up right there, you know, right on fucking, right where the parking lot is at Central Junior High, the old Ogden High. That's Devoto's house. That's where he grew up. Right there. Richard Scowcroft. the literature fucking powerhouse at this fucking beautiful, beautiful, incredible Ogden, Utah. I got to grow up and see the end of the great boom town. Oh my God, what a city in the 60s and 70s. Oh my God, I think about it. Wow, no place on earth like this place was. In Art Deco decay. But I knew I didn't want to be around the fringes and the edges. I've told that to hundreds of people. No. Kevin Blanch, I'm not going to be a book. I'm going to be the book. They can write books about me. Hey, I saw the part that you played. Doesn't matter. You're branded in history. You're not going to put the Kevin Blanch toothpaste back in the tube or the lightning back in the bottle. You're not going to do it. It's out there. I did it. You know, they can kettle me now. That's okay. My message is out. I changed the world so dramatically you just don't know it. That fucking baby was conceived on fucking Kevin Blanch's incredible work. Not out of fucking angry sex in a crack house. Out of love on the Pacific Ocean, on the beach. Come here, girl. Blue Hearts on Valentine's Day. What do you do for Valentine's? I'm going to go with the only really lover that I've ever had who was true to me. The only true love, her and I together. Who's that? She's never betrayed me. She's never turned on me. She's always stayed with me. The Mighty Blue Lady. The Pacific Ocean's daughters. The mother. Her daughters. The Sills. The Wells. All that. Her and I together, rocking hand in hand along the whole coast of California. Feels like you don't even know what I've been with. Dying so, you don't know romantic. You don't know fucking romance. Central line hanging out of my jugular vein. Blood counts down to 0. What a spiritual fucking incredible fucking time. Blood count, platelets at 38 in the streets of DC, in Florence, Italy, in Vienna, fucking sleep. Oh, fuck the places I went, the things I've done, the fucking keep going, the fight keeps going on. Hey, it's you say that you don't want me, you say you don't care, you say that your heart ain't got no room for me there. I know it's all just a fucking lie, 'cause in the middle of the night, you can't live without me. Hey, you gave yourself away. It's written in the... By the way, to all you real organic fucking true blue bird rockers, La Jolla Vikings, Mission Bay, Buccaneers, Point Loma, you fucking... Born on the Sea. Me and Peter saw a real green flash this year. It was so good. I mean, a pyramid, the camera didn't work. Where are you? Such a spiritual, special fucking place. In the middle of the night, you can't live without me. Hey! It's written in the tears on your face.